Okay, welcome y'all. Listen, we had this bright idea this morning, like, hey, we really need to help some people get to sponsoring. So we decided to throw this little call together just to share with you and answer some of your questions and just kind of like know how we do it. Somebody's not muted. Stephanie, can you mute, please? Hold on. I think she's at an event. Just 1 second, y'all. Got her. Okay, so I'm Cassie Baker. I'm from what I call the armpit of Arkansas. I live in a community of about 222 people. I'm promoted to director in 7 months, and somebody else is not muted. Hold on. I'm just gonna. Can I mute everybody, y'all?
Yeah, just mute everyone, and we can unmute when we need to talk.
We're going to get. Listen, quiet. We're going to get out this way.
Mute. Oh, okay. There it is. And then, am I still unmuted? Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay. So, last incentive trip, we all earned top 50 of the incentive trip. And so we kind of know a thing or two about sponsoring and leading. So we're super excited to share with y'all. I'm going to go to the next person that I see on my screen, Josh, and let him tell you a little bit about himself.
Hey everybody, so I am Josh Webster and I am from Cleveland, Tennessee. I joined November 2021, promoted to a director in 7 months. And since then, I have recruited a whole bunch of people and have earned 2 top 50 incentives. And every incentive since I've joined, in every award. And I'm sorry if y'all hear some background noise. I am sitting on my front porch because this is the quietest place at my whole house. Trust me. But I love to recruit and help people meet their goals. So yeah, that's why we're here. Take it away, Cassie.
Oh, just go to the next person. Who's next? Sarah, go ahead.
Okay, I just unmuted. My name is Sarah Speechley. I have been with Scentsy since May 2005, so over 19 years. So I've been around for a while. I started within the first year of Scentsy starting. And I originally had no desire to recruit. I was just going to do some parties, make a little extra income on the side. And I had someone ask me about joining shortly in my business. And I thought, oh, let me look into this. And I have loved recruiting ever since. So I have earned annual mentor, I think they said 10 or 11 times now, not every year, but it is a goal that I reach for every year. And I will say ever since we've gotten the no out-of-pocket cost host exclusive kit, I have gotten it every year since we've got that. So that's amazing. I love recruiting. I love, or sponsoring, whatever you want to call it. I love blessing people with amazing opportunity. And that's one way you got to look at it, is it is a blessing. So why hold that back from someone who could really use this blessing? So there you go.
Amen. DPP, it's all you, baby.
Hey guys, I am Debbie Fitz Palmer. Some of you guys may know me as DPP. And just like Josh, I'm in my bedroom because this is the only quiet place I could find. And I've been with Scentsy for 14 and a half years. And I started this recruiting thing, not at the beginning, but after somebody told me that this is what I need to do. Sometimes we need to be told that. So somebody told me this is what you need to do. And it clicked. And once it clicked, I haven't stopped. I've been going nonstop. And it wasn't until like in recent years, I get all these messages from people asking, what do you do? What do you do? Just like Sarah, I've earned annual mentor time and time again, probably about 11 times. I missed it once. The first 2 years I didn't, because I didn't know what it was. Didn't know how to do it. So once I learned, I did not stop. If I did miss it one time. But I get so many messages from people all over the world about recruiting. And this is what inspired me to make this happen. So I'm not so savvy with technology. So I asked one of my team members to make this group. And of course, I couldn't do it all by myself. So I had these amazing sisters and brothers to join me. And they're amazing. We all do it the same way. I mean, all of us, we do it the same way with the host kit, especially. There are other ways, but especially with the host kit. I'm glad Sarah said that, and Cass, and then Josh, and then Samantha's not here with us, but we all do it the same way. And we were all taking pictures at SFR, you know, our name up there, because only 27 people name up on that list. We're going to change that though. We're going to change that. Hopefully we can change that with all the questions that we have that we can possibly answer. Earlier today, I went out there and made a post. I said, I'm going to go live and talk to you guys about how I recruited 4 people yesterday. 4 people. It took me from 10 o'clock in the morning till about 5 to get it all done. So, okay, that's my introduction. So I turn it over to Cass and we'll come back and start answering these questions.
Okay. All right. The first question that stuck out to me was, how do you recruit people to sell alongside you when you struggle to get customers for yourself? Which one of you wants to answer that one first? Go, Josh. Okay, I see you.
Okay, so first, if you're struggling to get customers for yourself, you need to start focusing more on building your customer base first. So that's probably when you need to start looking at having more parties, doing events, all those things to where you can meet new people, because the more customers and the bigger the customer base you have, the more people you have to offer the opportunity to. So it kind of coincides with each other. The higher PRV, the more customers you have, the more you're going to recruit most of the time. So that's where I would tell you to start, is grow your customer base first. Then the recruiting will come afterward.
Yeah, I agree. So what I would say to that is, I want to know, I would need to know some stats, like how many people are you talking to every day? Are you keeping a list of the people that you talk to, and are you following up with those people? Are you asking people to host parties for you? Are you expanding your network on social media? How do you meet people in person? There are so many different ways to do Scentsy. You can do it on social media. You can do it in person. You can have bag parties, home parties, social media parties, text parties. There's just literally so many ways that you can work your business. You have events. But my question would be, for those that are struggling to get customers, is how much effort do you put into meeting new people and building relationships? Because that's what's going to come first. People buy people, they don't buy products. They will buy dog food from you if they know, like, and trust you. Sarah, do you want to go?
I actually do. So I'm not sure who asked this question, but I do know a lot of people are worried about recruiting because they're afraid their recruits or their sponsoring they'll lose some of their customers. Because a lot of times I sponsor, or I get my customers or family or friends, and they have some friends that order from me and I may lose them. But you got to remember, long term, it's not always, you're going to continue to get new customers. They're going to get a whole new different base of customers. So don't worry about, but if I recruit this person, I'm going to lose them as a customer, or I'm going to lose their mom or sister because now they're going to order from them. You can't look at sponsoring that way, because that's really kind of painting yourself in a corner. You've got to look at sponsoring as they're going to have a whole new group of people. They're going to have cousins, people they went to school with, people in different towns. So sponsoring is a good way to grow your business long term. If you look at just focusing on just building customer base, and that's why you're worried about sponsoring, then I'm afraid, your business is not going to grow to that next level. So too many times people are holding off on sponsoring because they're afraid to lose customers. And that's not the way. You got to look at, you are growing now a team that's going to help you grow your business. So you got to look at that way too.
For sure. It's very scary. It was for me in the beginning too, because I was like, man, I don't want to recruit my good customers. Then where's my PRV going to come from? And you really can't worry about that. You have to consistently grow your customer base, and don't worry about the PRV that you're not going to get. You're going to get a blessing from that, because that's now your team member, right? So that's going to help you to promote. DPP, do you need me to repeat the question?
Oh, got it. You know, I'm all over the place. So with that, I've never feared that because I'm always on a mission to meet somebody new everywhere I go, in the grocery store, department stores, uh, at the schools and the gas station. I'm always on a mission to meet somebody different. So that's never been a fear of mine. So if you always have that in your mind, that's never going to be a problem, because wherever there's people is opportunity, wherever that is.
Wherever there's people, there's opportunity. I love that, DPP. That's a good one. Okay, next question. Once you recruit, how do you train, motivate them to get started and earn Shooting Star and get certified without overwhelming them? And I want to say one thing about this. Motivation is crap. It comes and it goes. Those who are driven are the ones who will succeed. So don't worry about being motivated. I'm not motivated every day to get out of the bed, but I do it anyways. That's what I do. Motivation's crap, comes and goes. You have to be driven. So who wants to take this one first?
Okay, I'll take that one. I did a
Okay, go.
because I'm a heavy recruiter, just like all of us are. We're heavy recruiters. And I do things in a mass way, and especially right around the time of incentive period. I recruit all the time year round, but it is heavier in August for me. So I had 4 people to sign up yesterday, and that's a lot of people to get set up at one time. If you don't have some kind of system, that's not going to work for them. So what I do, I have something already laid out. You need to not reinvent anything. Have your system in place all the time for these people who will join. So when they join, the first thing I will ask them is to send me a picture of you. I add them to our training page. That was a time that I would ask them to set up a VIP, but now I'm doing it. I'm doing it myself, because the times that I would ask them to do it, sometimes they do it wrong. They would put Cincy in the name, and I had to go back and tell them to change it. And so now I'm doing it, and I'm doing it in a way that I can remember it, because I'm going to help them with their lunch party. So with the picture, I use Photify. I'm not that savvy. So I use Photify, and on the Photify, I'm making them a digital business card, because I want them to be excited about their brand new business. So I'm making them a digital business card with Photify. And on this business card, it'll have their name, it'll have their phone number and their website, so they can text it out to people. Okay. I already have verbiage for them to announce that they are a new consultant, because they're fumbling. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to introduce what they're doing. And a lot of people don't even know what Cincy is, guys. The 4 people that I got to sign up yesterday, none of them heard of Cincy. So I got to really help them because it's brand new to them. So I got the verbiage. All I'm doing is copy and pasting. I'm not reinventing any of this stuff. So after I do all that, I introduce them to our team page. I welcome them. I also welcome them on my page, tag them. While I'm on the phone with them, that's something else now. I'm on the phone with my new team members these days. I used to do a lot of things, just texting them, but I'm calling them now. I'm doing things totally different, because I want to make sure I make that connection. So while I'm on the phone with them, I'm walking them through setting up their party in their workstation. And I'm telling them why. I'm telling them to set it up for 90 days, because every time they get the orders, which we're trying to hit Shooting Star, I want them to get those awards. And I'm telling them, once they get to $500, let me know so I can help them close that party. I go ahead and tell them about the Shooting Star, the first 70 days, all the perks. And I have steps that I give them every day for like 10 days. And while they're in their workstation, open up their party, I said, oh, by the way, did you see those first things first checklists in there? I want you to go back in there, and I want you to watch all those videos, check them all so you can get credit for it. So that's how I start them. And then the rest, and then in one of the texts that I send them, it has all the groups that I want them to be a part of, because what I'm doing is guiding them. I don't want them to always rely on me. I am guiding them. I want to be their coach. I don't want them to have to call me for everything. So I'm driving them to these places so they can become self-sufficient. And another thing I do, I ask them, why are you joining? Because that helps me to know where to pour the energy. So if they're in it, like one of my new girls who just joined from a group that I'm in, she never heard of Cincy. She's a nurse. She said she wanted to go to Greece. I said, you need to go on and recruit like now because the $20 joint special was in place. You need to start that now. I said, doesn't matter that you don't know what you're doing. I'm here to help. I'm going to coach both of you. So I'm telling them what they need based on what they tell me. So if they're telling me I just want to do it because I want the discounts or whatever, I'm not going to drive them like I do the other ones. So it depends on who it is as I match energy with energy. But I still go through the steps that I send them every day. I make sure then that's like after 10 days, so okay, we do the countdown at this point. You got 4 days left to hit your shooting star. And every time they make a sale, I'm shouting them out. They love shout outs, guys. It could be that they added 10 people to their VIP group. I'm shouting them out. I'm shouting them out along the way because it's going to pump them up to keep going. So this is really what I do every time.
I love that you celebrate the small wins, and I love that because people want to be seen and they want to know that they're valued, and that's what that shows by Debbie doing that. It shows that there is value, no matter. And she talked about meeting them where they are, so she pours more into the ones who maybe want to earn an incentive trip or maybe want to promote to the next level. So she's pouring more into those people, and then the other ones that are just there for the discount, she knows where she needs to focus her time and energy. Josh, do you have anything to input on that?
Yeah, so a lot like Debbie, I recruited 3 yesterday and then had 2 reinstates. So I also work a full-time job. So I work 50 hours a week. So I have to have something that keeps me on track, because when you start recruiting and you get a lot of people at one time, it's very easy to lose where you're at or what you need to do to help the people get to where they need to be. So thanks to my bestie Cassie, I have an onboarding system that I use through Project Broadcast. So it's automated for me. So as soon as my people sign up, I am getting them to sign into their workstation and complete their first things first checklist. I walk them through how to set up their party link. I do not call them because I don't like to talk on the phone. You ain't gonna get me to talk on the phone. So I will voice message them, or I will just message them through Messenger. So I don't do a lot of text. I use a lot of it. Most of mine is on Facebook, but I get them started like that. And then I don't try to overwhelm them with information. So we start out with the Shooting Star Award, and I tell them they have 15 days to hit that Shooting Star Award. And of course, I'm shouting them out for whenever they're getting orders in our team page and in our team chat. And I'm rooting them on every step of the way. But you have to be there for your people. You can't just sign them up and just let them go and hope and pray that they're going to succeed, because most likely they're not, unless, again, like Cassie said, they are super driven. But you don't find a lot of people like that these days. So you have to be there for them and answer their questions and kind of hold their hand for their first 70 days. Because remember when you signed up, how confusing everything was, and you're like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? They have those same thoughts. So that is when most people quit, is in their first 70 days, because they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Make sure you are there and you are training and you are leading them in the right directions whenever they are coming on board with you and joining your team.
Know the way, go the way, show the way. Right? Sarah, do you have any input on this?
Kind of the same as a lot of these. I do Project Broadcast also. And one thing I do, as the very first text I send out, I ask them which new onboarding system they want. I word it different than that, but I have 2 different types of onboarding. One, if you are gung-ho and you want to really jumpstart your business now, or if you just want the slower pace new consultant training. So I kind of offer at the very beginning which one they want, and then they kind of pick which route. And then, like Debbie said, that kind of helps you know which ones are the go-getters and really want to start off strong versus more of the hobbyists just want to place in orders here and there. But even with the hobbyists, I still do training on everything. I just space it out so it's not too overwhelming for them. But then for those that do really want to jumpstart and go gung-ho, those are the people that I'm going to work a little bit more on. And then I always offer to do either a Facebook or a text party for them, and I let them pick which way they want to do it. So, yeah, and the one thing I know, a lot of people join for different reasons. And I think when you were talking about how to motivate them, you got to find what motivates them. And so one of the questions is, what is your why? That's one of my questions on both my onboarding systems. Why did you want to join Scentsy? And having them answer that helps me know too where to go. Is it just because they wanted money off of their own products, or did they want to make a full-time income, or was it just so they can meet with few family and friends and buy? I don't know, but helping them find their why is what is going to motivate them. And there are some that do not want to be motivated at all. And that is okay too. Work with those that are motivated themselves. And like Cassie said, not everyone is going to be motivated every day, but if you keep with them and keep helping them when they need it, that's when you can help them reach those levels and whatnot. So
I agree. I think meeting them where they are, and this is just how I feel, but instead of recruiting, focus on sponsoring. There's quite a big difference. To me, when you recruit somebody, you bring them on and they kind of find their own way. When you sponsor someone, you take them by the hand and you lead them and you guide them and you show them the way. And so that's what I like to do. But you have to think about, especially if you did not have a good sponsor when you joined Scentsy. I didn't have a sponsor that knew anything. She was very, very new. And so I had to learn all the things for myself. And I always said that I want to be the sponsor that I needed when I joined. So you have to think about that as well. All right, next question. And we're going to get to some of your questions in the comments, I promise. I'm just trying to hit these first. Stephanie Cox asked, I'm having difficulties finding the people who want to even give it a shot. I've stopped prospecting everyone because it's done more harm than good in my business. What is a simple way to encourage my current base to expand sharing the offer to others? We're going to go back to meeting new people and building relationships on this one, because that is absolutely key. But you don't have to know everyone, or everyone does not have to be your customer that you recruit. You can build relationships with people in person and social media that are watching your journey, that will watch you for a little while and actually come to you. You will bring in, the people will be attracted to you that are supposed to be with you. So don't stop prospecting. Don't stop asking. Continue. Let the no motivate you and fuel your fire. Don't stop, because when you stop, and I know that you said that asking everyone was doing more harm than good for your business, and that is completely incorrect. Stopping is doing more harm for your business than you could ever imagine. You have to let that no fuel your fire and keep going, because every single no that you hear is one step closer to a yes. So what I like to do is every single day, I find 5 people to offer the opportunity to. 5 people that I'm going to have a sponsoring conversation. Do I have 5 people join my team every single day? Absolutely not, because I would be the highest of SSDs if I did. Okay. But no, I do not. But I do have people join my team every single month. And that is because I consistently have those conversations. I consistently reach out to new people. I consistently build relationships. And a lot of times when people come to us and ask us about sponsoring, it all boils down to they're not talking to enough people. So if you start to keep track of who you're actually talking to, you will see that, oh my goodness, I really don't talk to enough people. I'm really not building enough relationships. And it'll kind of light a fire. Something will click and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. I need to talk to more people. Who wants to go? And let me know if I need to repeat the question also. Josh, go.
I mean, you pretty much covered it.
Okay.
You gotta meet new people and don't stop.
Don't stop. Get it. We ain't got time to play around with it. Okay. Let me go.
can I add something to that one?
Yes, go, Sarah.
So you were saying she offended people or did more harm by asking. One thing
Yes.
I found is how you ask. Don't be the pushy, you need to join my team, join me. You got to remember it's about them. And I think too many times people think it's about yourself. Why would they be good? How would it benefit them is very important to know. And if you don't know, if it's like a stranger or something, one thing I have found that I try to do anytime I'm asking someone about the opportunity, ask it in a compliment, because we all need more compliments. And even if they say no, worst comes to worst, they just left with a compliment. And usually it's like, you are so outgoing and amazing, you would make such a great Scentsy consultant. Or you are so organized, you would be a great Scentsy consultant. Every single person has a good attribute of why they would be a good Scentsy consultant. It's not a one size fits all type of business. We all have different reasons why we're good at Scentsy. And so offering a compliment, usually no one's mad that you just gave them a compliment, even if they say, no, I'm not interested, but they'll feel good that you gave a compliment. So I think sometimes how you approach it or how you ask is also important too with that. And then they're not going to be offended. And just because they may have said no once doesn't mean they won't again. So you do have to continually ask in, again, a settled, not pushy way, and it may happen. Usually I believe statistics for anything, it's what I think 7 times, even before people, they have to think about it a few times before they're going to actually say yes. So don't be discouraged with the no's, and just do it in a friendly, complimentary way is a good way. So
I love that. DPP, did you have anything?
Oh, I totally agree. It's all about how you approach it. Give you an example. Yesterday, somebody found me on Facebook, and she's been friends with me for many years, but it went into my other folder. Check your other folder, guys. So when I saw this message, it said, oh, I want to get with you about purchasing a Scentsy warmer. So I didn't even know why I was in the others folder, because I've known her for so long. I messaged her, I called her, she put her phone number in there. So I called her and she said, yeah, I want to get a warmer. I looked out for somebody else and they didn't even respond. So I said, I don't know what happened there, but I said to her, since she's never had a warmer before, I always recommend people to buy a large warmer because I want them to have the best experience, because the large warmer does more. I said, you know what? The price of the warmer that size will be either $35 or $40 at a minimum. I said, but right now you can actually start your own Scentsy account for $20. That was when we had a $20 deal. I said, why not take advantage of this deal? And she said, well, how much money can I make? So I said, well, with that question, she's in real estate, right? I said, it's just like in real estate. You don't know how much money you're going to make till you sell a house. So it just depends on what you do. I said, there's a lot of money you can make depending on what you do and what level and all this, but it's possible that you can do what you want to do. And she said, I'm getting out of real estate. She said, well, let me think about that. So this is what I said. I said, what are you thinking about? We're talking about $20. I said, this is 2 days left. We're talking about $20. I said, the kit is valued at $93. You pay 20. I said, the value of the kit is far more than what you will pay anyway. I said, what questions do you have? So when you say to me, you have to think about it, what questions do you have? So that's how I approach them now, because when they say, let me think about it, they obviously still have questions. So she said, I can't remember what it was. She said, okay, I'll tell you what, since I don't know exactly what questions you have, I have a series of videos that I send to people. And the videos are in the recruiting group. I sent the videos to her. So the next morning, she said, sign me up the next day. Now, what I do, and I think it may have been asked over here, I keep a lot of parties open. I keep anywhere between 10, 11, 12 parties open all the time where I am the host. Because a lot of times people go to my website and they click to make a purchase and they choose those parties. So I keep those rewards. So for those people who may have missed the $20 join option, I have something for them. So what I did with this lady, I told her, it was so late in the day. I said, I tell you what, let's wait till August and I'm going to get you started with a larger kit, but she still paid $35 for it. Cause I mean, I took $35, she cashed after to me. I gave her the kit and I didn't flip the PRV, but she is so excited that she waited that late. So she don't get a bigger kit. So I have a way with making them feel like it's more about them and not about me. Like, this is the value for you versus buying just a warmer. And you're going to be able to get cash back. So once you make the value be about what it is that they can get, they're more open to hearing what you have to say.
Love that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do one of these questions here because I know that these people are here and they're live with us. And so I just want to get a couple of these questions. Elise Underhill asked, how do you expand beyond the people you already have? Do you just cold ad? For me, no, I don't cold ad ever. But I do have professional mode turned on Facebook and have almost 10,000 followers. So you have to think about, if you're doing social media, you have to think about the kind of content that you're sharing. What kind of value are you giving your followers? Are you giving them something that's going to make them want to come back for more? And I'm not talking about Scentsy. Are you giving them something that is going to make them want to come back for more? Whether you're sharing your faith, whether you're sharing your family, whether you're being inspirational, sharing something funny, whatever you're sharing, are you sharing something that's going to want them that, hey, I want to hit that follow button. I want more of this chick. Okay, I can't tell you how many people have joined me because they see me on social media, they follow me, and I'll sprinkle in the Scentsy with my regular posts, and they say, I really like this girl. She's doing really, really good. I see all the things she's doing. I got a message just today from a girl that said, I've been watching you for a long time, but I've never commented on anything. People are watching you, whether you believe that they are or not. She said, I've never commented on anything, but man, I've been thinking about it for a while. She joined my team today. And I said, great, let's get you started. What questions do you have? I have another one that is about to join tonight. And she said, I've been watching you for a while. And she comments on my stuff all the time. She's never bought anything from me. So she's not a customer. She knows what Scentsy is. She has used it before. But she said, I'm just really busy. And I said, girl, me too. Busy people make the best consultants. But what are you, I kind of went off on a tangent, I'm sorry. But what are you sharing of value that's going to bring people to your page and make them hit that follow button? Another thing, groups. What kind of groups are you in? What do you love? What are you passionate about other than Scentsy? Your life is not all about Scentsy. There are other things in your life. What are you passionate about? Are you passionate about Jesus? Are you passionate about dogs and cats? Are you passionate about Buddha? What are you passionate about? Stay-at-home mom? Are you a grandmother? Do you love Virgin River like I do? I'm in Virgin River lovers groups. I'm in mom groups. I'm in Arkansas mom groups. I'm in Southern mom groups. I'm in Southern girls groups. I'm in all these different groups where I meet people. I don't share Scentsy there, but I get to meet people. And once I meet them, I get to build a connection with them, build a relationship. And guess what? We become friends. We friend each other on Facebook, and then they start to see what I post. I didn't know you sold Scentsy, girl. I'd be like, well, I don't want to pressure anybody, but yes, I do. If you ever need anything, just let me know. And we leave it alone. We don't pressure anybody into anything. You got to build that trust first. But if you're doing it from social media, you have to give people something of value to follow. And I know a lot of times people think, I don't know what to post. I have a social media challenge going right now, trying to help people learn how to work social media because it took me forever to learn. And anyways, you have to share. You have to be you. You have to give something that people are going to say, hey, I want more of her. Follow. Who else wants to go on that one?
I think I saw one question. I see one question that it's been sitting out here for a while. I think Teresa asked this question. She said, she was asking me how to get 4 people. How were you connected with them? How did you ask them? And what was their why? So I pulled it out here. One of the girls who joined, I found her on social media maybe 2 months ago. She raised her hand. I make posts from time to time asking people to raise their hand if they're interested in starting Scentsy at $0. So she raised her hand. She made her group. She worked it continuously every day, effortlessly, and she got maybe 2 orders, but she was kind of struggling with getting people to go over there to the group. She was posting on her personal page as well. And I told her that if she did not have the money, she had the money at one point for the $20, but she was still struggling with that. So I decided to bless her with the kit because she worked 2 solid months, got 2 orders. So that order, that party that I had set for her, I changed the host to me. I think it had like maybe 70 something dollars in it. So never delete a party. So I changed the host from her to me. So I'm just going to carry that on to somebody else. Okay. I'm going to keep building that party for somebody else since I just blessed her with my kid. The other young lady who joined, well, I'm in a networking group, just like Cass said. I'm in a networking group with about 19,000 people. No, this networking group I'm in, 119,000 people in this group. So I took a chance and placed an ad in the group. I thought I could just post in the group, found out that I couldn't. They charge. So on the pay scale, they had like a $25 package and so on. I took the cheaper one. I paid $25 to post an ad in this group with the $20 join special. And I got a total of 2 people trying to earn a kit from the group, 2 people joined, and another young lady's on her way over to my house now to join tonight from that group. The best $25 I ever spent. So that's how, oh, and one of them, just think about it. One of the ladies who joined from the group, she made a post in there. She said, is this legit? Can somebody confirm that this is a legitimate business? That's another reason why a lot of times we may not get replies because people don't know us. They don't know that this is a legitimate business. So one of my other friends came over there to validate that I was legit. So I decided to put my phone number out there. So the people who are doubting whether I'm legit or not, they're calling me to verify that. I didn't realize there were that many scammers out there, guys. So a lot of scammers are out there. We got to make ourselves be real. So the other lady who joined was the real estate agent, the one who messaged me and said she wanted to buy something. So one was trying to earn a kit. One was from that group that I paid the ad from. No, one was from the group and the other one was the customer. And the other one wanted to buy something. That's where those 4 came from. And they all said they just wanted to have some extra money. All of them said that that's what they want, the extra money. And the one who was a real estate agent, she's 72 years old. She worked in real estate for like 50 something years. And she worked for the phone company, I think 30 something years. So she's very savvy with technology, know how to meet people. I made her a little digital business card. So that's those 4.
Love it. Melissa Conroy, I hope I didn't butcher your name. She said, I had 3 respond similarly, that's a tongue twister. You set the bar so high. We love you too much. We love this group too much. We love being spoiled. We're too spoiled, etc. I have a total mental block on how to respond. I've tried. If you think I'm an awesome consultant, you should try me as your coach. I'm an even better sponsor. I love you guys too. So you should join so you can spend even more time with me. I know, and I love you guys in this group too. One of my favorite parts of my Cincy job is that I get to coach and share the blessings with others. I love that you're so supportive and loyal to me. You've helped me grow so much, and it doesn't take anything away from me if you join. It actually adds so much to both of our lives, etc. I'm always met with them responding with feeling guilty or like they're hurting me or my business somehow, or that they couldn't do it as well as I do. What would you respond to someone who thinks you're just too good of a consultant, they can't do it like you do? Anybody have anything for that?
I can jump in. I would say, like I said earlier, the great thing with Cincy is it's not a one size fits all business. And everyone's different in their own way. Cassie's talking about how amazing she is on Facebook. And I'm like, dang, I wish I was that amazing on Facebook. But you know what? That's not my strength. And that is okay. And I think that's what you got to also tell those interested. Say, just because I work it this way, that's fine. You can work this business how it works with you. You can work this business when it works with you. And I think that's something you got to tell them, that Cincy fits into what works for them. So don't try to be, I can't be as amazing as Cassie on Facebook. I'm not going to try. She's just too amazing. But I'm amazing at what I do. And I think people need to just see that and just tell them, give it a try. Why not? What do you have to lose to try, right? Especially if they're gonna do a party, right? Why not try? Worst comes to worst, you get a bunch of amazing host rewards. If it goes well, you get the host starter kit at no out-of-pocket cost and some orders, and you already have customers that are going to want to buy from you. So I would just set it up as trying to help them succeed from the beginning, but also tell them you don't need to be me, because you just need to be you, and your customers and those people are going to be attracted to who you are, because that's what attracts them to you, or you to everyone has different things, and different customers love them for that reason. So that's one thing I would kind of say with that.
That was a great answer.
Okay, can anybody hear?
Did we lose Cassie, or is it just me?
Okay, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Debbie.
I was trying to complete that other question. I think I missed the other part of it. Okay. I mean, every now and then I get people to start Scentsy at the full price. That's the big kit. I call it the big kit. But I haven't been doing so well getting people to start with the big kit. Every now and then, like if I get a random person, they may randomly choose the big kit, and that's their option. But I primarily get people to start with the little kit, which is the host reward kit. So I purposely keep parties open all the time, on the lookout to bless somebody, because I have enough rewards. I have enough products at my house. So I choose to use my rewards to bless somebody. So when you're the host, it doesn't mean you have to give up your commissions, because I think a lot of confusion goes on there. So if you're the host, you don't flip the PRV. You don't flip your commissions. You just gift the kit if that's what you want to do. I find a lot of value in that. But lately, what I have been doing is selling it at a discount. You can do that too, because there is a $10 shipping cost that you will incur if you decide to bless them with the kit. That was a time that it wasn't there, but it is now. So these people who joined yesterday, they paid $35 for the kit, that using my rewards. So I hope that answers. And again, the flipping and gifting is totally different. And we have tons of videos on that in the group, in the guide. So if you get confused about it, it's there. But always, especially if you're trying to earn this incentive trip, and especially if you're trying to earn annual mentor, we all do this here. We all on the panel here, all of us use the rewards to bless somebody with. So look at it that way. And I tell people, I'd rather bless you than to get the free stuff. So they'll know that you think a lot of them, because you got all this faith in them that they're going to do great because you're blessing them with the kit.
Right. Can y'all hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
You're
Okay.
good.
Josh, I wanted you to go to that Melissa's comment about people not wanting to join her because they like her too much as a consultant. But I know what your reply would be, but I want you to tell everybody what your reply would be.
Oh, hold on. Say that one more time.
Okay, she said that people don't want to join her team because she's too good of a consultant, and they feel like that they're going to take something away from her and she's not going to benefit as much. And I said, I know what you would say, but you tell everybody what you would say.
Girl, you better tell them to join that team. Who cares?
The one thing specifically, you can keep lining my pockets.
Oh, yeah, you can keep lining my pockets, or you can earn money back from yourself. I'll be telling people that all the time.
All the time, y'all. He be telling everybody that. He be like, I keep taking your money. It's
yeah,
fine.
I'm happy. Keep on bringing that money to me, but you silly for not signing up and getting it on your own. That's not my exact words, but we're keeping it PG.
He is not PG, y'all. I'm trying to pull up another question. Is there another one in the chat? Let's see. Sarah, do you have two different PB onboarding, like fast paced or slow, or no PB for you with the onboarding?
Yeah, and I just private messaged. I tried replying, but I'm
Oh.
on my phone, so I don't know. But yes, I do have two.
Oh.
So I send out one at the beginning that kind of is a welcome to their team, a welcome video. And then I say, you know, I'm excited to have you on board, you know, pick which pretty much. I mean, I don't know if you want word for word what I say, but yes, I have them opt in. I have two separate onboard lists. One's a slower pace that spreads it out within 70 days, and then one's a faster pace that text every day for the next 2 weeks. And once that 2 weeks is, I actually have another option, depending on where they're at, to where they go next to which onboarding system. So I kind of have this like onboarding breakdown system. Have you ever seen the answer this question, yes or no? Yes goes here, no goes here. Answer this question, you go here. That's kind of how my brain works. And yes, I do have onboarding systems that work like that. So, but yes, I do have two separate because people work at different paces. And
I think we lost her.
year to certify or more.
I think you're losing your signal, Sarah. Okay, we'll go to the next one. I like this one, and I think that DPP can really help with this one. How do you help someone grow their business with zero social media? I know it's possible. I just personally have not encountered a team like this before, and I want her to be successful. So I think DPP started before all the Facebook shenanigans and whatnot. So she probably has.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it took me years to grow my social media followers. I had 23 friends on Facebook when I joined Scentsy. So I literally knocked on doors. So what I did, I took the time out to write down names of people that I've dealt with, classmates, church members, whoever I bought something from at some point, and I literally went out and knocked on doors. I hit up all the car dealerships, all the hair salons, all the barbershops. I paid them a visit. I was just talking to my new team member today, telling her that I did that. And I really did so well. Like the two insurance companies that I went to, they were spending hundreds of dollars. They were spending like $500 and $700. And what I would do is ask for referrals. So I grew from asking them to allow me to do a demonstration. Is how I did. Allow me in so I can do a demonstration. They buy, the product sell itself, the smell is the smell itself. And I always ask for referrals. So when you ask for the referrals, you continue to grow. And then one of my friends booked a party, it's a home party, and that's how I started my growth. It did not start on social media. It was out there knocking on doors, asking for referrals, and going in the grocery stores. I had samples with me, bags of samples everywhere I went. I think somebody asked a question about blueberry cheesecake. So I think I started the blueberry cheesecake sample making maybe after about 3 months of being with Scentsy, and it was a game changer for me. I would share that on the airplane, in the airport. People would literally buy from me at the ticket counter on the plane with that blueberry cheesecake sample. So whenever I'm out, whether it's in the school line with the people sitting in the line, the parents sitting there waiting on the kids, I did that too. I would get out my car in the carpool line and share samples with the parents sitting there waiting on their kids. We had nothing else to do. And when my daughter was involved in so many different activities, I would be prepared to share those samples while we're there at the activities. And I think a lot of times it starts with us. We have to have confidence in who we are and what we have to present. If you don't have the confidence in yourself, starts there. I often say this, we have to do things to help us get to that point, because I wasn't always there. But there are things that you can do to help you get to that point. And once you fall in love with the products, it becomes something natural that you want to share. No different than us running out, bragging about a movie we saw, or bragging out, talking about this food that you ate at a restaurant, or bragging about your outfit. Now, the new thing that I'm doing when I go into the stores to make a purchase in the department stores, I always pay the person who's waiting on me a compliment. And I ask, how can I give you a rating? I'm complimenting them. And oh, by the way, do you have your phone with you? Can you scan my QR code? I have a QR code on my phone because I want to continue to make contact with them. Do you have your phone with you? I have gained so many new customers that way. And I got 2 of them that I'm talking to about joining. Because one is following up with a compliment. Tell them about the superior job that they've done waiting on me, and asking how can I compliment them through a questionnaire or whatever you want to call survey. That's it, survey. It works every time. And when people come to my house, oh, that's gold. Service people, they always gonna get something. I've had 2 or 3 people to join like that, just because I'm handing out room sprays to people when they come to my house. And they'll say, oh my gosh, my wife will love to do something like this.
I love that. This question's really good. My current struggle is I did a great job getting teamies lately. However, they were all customers, so my team grew, but my numbers shrank. Now I need to rebuild my customer base, and I'm finding that a little rough. Isn't this like the scary part for all of us? Like, oh, I'm going to recruit my customers and then I can't replace them. That's why we consistently need to be finding new customers. That's why we consistently need to be partying, getting referrals, stepping out of our comfort zone, and talking to new people. You can't grow a team without growing a customer base. It works together. You have to do them both. And you don't need to be afraid to recruit your team for fear of things like this. So if you learn a system, a way to put into place to find new customers consistently, then you never have to worry if you're going to have those customers to keep that PRV. So when I first joined and when I joined Scentsy, I didn't really know I was joining Scentsy. I just thought that I was getting this kit so I could smell the things before I bought them. And then I discovered that I'm a whole freaking consultant. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, all right then. Well, I've had high PRV my entire time in Scentsy. And the reason that I have high PRV is, number one, I'm mouth of the South. I will talk to anybody and everybody. I would talk to a door if it would talk back to me. Okay. But I had like, I don't know, 10, 20 parties a month. I was doing so many parties, Facebook parties, bag parties. I was selling at work. I was a full-time nurse. I was taking books to work with me, taking my samples to work with me. People love this stuff. And if you get the scent under noses, it will sell. But if you're just sitting there in your home and you're not talking to anybody and you're not meeting new people, then you can't find new customers. You have to talk to people to find new customers. And you consistently have to find new customers to be able to grow your team. But you don't when you recruit somebody, it doesn't necessarily have to be a customer. So you can recruit people who are not customers, who maybe already love Scentsy, or maybe they've never used Scentsy, or maybe they're just curious about it. So my advice would be to increase how many parties you're doing, increase how many people you're talking to every single day, and focus on building relationships portion of our business model. Does anybody else have anything for that? Joshua?
Yeah. So, yeah, Cassie's completely right. You have to find new people consistently all the time. Otherwise, you're going to dwindle down. So when I first started, I immediately started partying like the first week. Well, after my first week. And I haven't stopped. So that is Facebook parties is how I built my entire business. I have done 2 bag parties and 1 home party in the past almost 3 years. Other than that, it's been all Facebook parties. And that's exactly how I've got probably 95% of my team and almost 100% of my customers, except for people that I work with and family. So you have to continuously meet new people, and I'll die on that hill. Parties is the way to do it.
Anybody else?
I agree. I have not been a party girl. I mean, I started my business with events, and events can be done many different ways. So a lot of times people think that it has to be a big event where you have to have all this stuff. You don't. You can actually set up an event with just your starter kit. You just have to find those small events where because the idea is to get out there and get the smell up under somebody's nose. That's what it is. Like, even if you work a large event, I always tell my team members, you don't work events to make profit, because that's not what it's all about. You don't want to go in the whole course. And the events that I work are very expensive. But the goal is to get there, to get their information, get that information out there, because you can place an ad in a note, you can place an ad in a publication somewhere, it will sit there because people don't know what Scentsy is. But when you go out there face to face with somebody, it doesn't matter what kind of event it is. It could be a horse event, it can be a reptile event, it can be something totally unrelated to something you would think that would go. Anywhere there's people, there's opportunity. I don't care what they are. I mean, I've worked several dog shows because you just want to be where the people are. And you can actually go into to retail establishments as long as you don't do cash and carry. Perfect way to get people to join your team because they're going to be introduced to what you're doing. I don't know. But now when I start doing parties after COVID hit, I had to learn how to do things differently. That's something else. You have to learn how to shift because things are always going to change. Whatever you start, you just need to know that that's not going to always be the way you can work your business. You have to always be willing to shift. So if you stay a student, if you always remain a student, you're going to always have the shifting mindset. So during COVID, I taught myself how to do things virtually. So I have a VIP group. I used to have a lot of virtual parties where I had all these different groups and it was so overwhelming. And I think a lot of times that discourages people. I had all these groups. Now I do all my parties in my VIP group. And I learned that from another training. So when I get somebody that want to do it, they host a party in my VIP. One thing is going to happen. Let's say that the party is not so successful. The one thing that I have gained is I got all these new contacts over there in that group that wouldn't have been over there if I didn't have that host. I even host fundraisers in my VIP group. You see where I'm going? I'm building the connections now, getting new customers to shift over there so that I can continue to have the relationships with them. So partying is the way to go. If you're not doing events, party. That's going to be how you're going to meet new people.
I love it. Anybody else have something on that?
I'll just add into it. The nice thing with Scentsy is bring Scentsy into your life. Whatever you're already doing, bring it along with you. If you're going to the store, wear Scentsy gear. If you bring your testers in because you don't want them to melt, have them in there, set them out on the counter because you got to get down to your wallet and always put it underneath the testers because you have to put them out. If you're out at games, if you have kids at games, label your catalogs while you're out and about so people see them. Wear your Scentsy gear, bring Scentsy with you. I know you're out with people, you're out doing something, or if you have kids in things, do fundraisers, meet new people. If you love pets, do a fundraiser for the Animal Society or a local vet care or something. There's so many things that you already know people or see people or with people. Bring Scentsy alongside of you. It's not about having to put hours and hours and hours of work. You already go into the store, you already go into the games. Bring it along with you and make it, I always say work smarter, not harder. So
yes. All right, I think we're going to do this one and then we'll check the chats for questions and then we're going to wrap it up. We want to be respectful of your time. But this is the last question on the page that I saw that I want to address. And it says, I can't get recruits. I've tried emails, private messages, talking to people in person. I don't know what else to do. I have exactly one person on my team. And I'm going to start by saying, I can't, never could do nothing. If you tell yourself you can't, you won't. But if you decide to change your mindset and have a shift in mindset and decide, you know what, I'm a freaking recruiting rock star, I can do the dang thing. And then you put the action behind the goal and say, okay, I'm going to recruit 2 people this month. And you put the action behind that and you talk to 5 people every day. You meet someone new every day. You hand out a business card every day. If you put the action behind the goal to meet new people, you will crush that goal. You've got to get your mind right first. Who else has something on that?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's check the chat.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. You have to change your mindset. You can't keep telling yourself that you can't do something because your mind's going to believe it, and then you're not going to do it.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like people want to be a part of something that's happy, fun, and exciting. So are they seeing that? Are they seeing celebration on your page on social media? If you don't feel like it's something that you have done that's going to warrant celebration, celebrate somebody else. Shout somebody else out. Shout outs, bring it on. That's what's going to draw me to you. Because if I'm looking for somebody that's doing something, I'm going to look for that happy place. Are you sharing happy things? Do we know who you are? Do we know what Scentsy is? A lot of times people don't know what Scentsy is. There's a place in Messenger. It's called a note. So I always keep something in that little note in Messenger. So the other day, somebody said, "What is Scentsy?" This lady has been friends with me on Facebook for 13 years. And she asked me, what was Scentsy? So a lot of times they don't even see it or don't know what it is. Like, what, I'm heavy on the Scentsy on Facebook, and she didn't even know what it was. But when people see me, they say, "Oh my goodness, I got a card yesterday from a real estate agent, guys. She has nothing to do with Scentsy." She complimented me on my live video. She said my videos has brought so much value to her life. So what kind of value are you bringing to people when they come to your page? Treat it like a blog. Let people know who you are, what you like to eat, what you like to do, what's your hobby. Are you sharing things with your pets, your kids, things like that will draw people to you?
Because everybody know that DPP loves her some watermelon. She gonna eat her some watermelon. Anybody else? Sarah? Okay, go.
Yeah, I'll hop in. Again, like you said, mindset. I think that is the biggest thing. I always say, whatever your mindset is, that is what you're going to get. If your mindset is just to get customers to buy, that's what you're going to get. If your mindset is to get hosts, that's what you're going to get. You have to kind of switch your mindset to you want to grow your team. You want to bless people with this opportunity. And remember, it's about blessing them with this opportunity. This business has been a huge blessing to me and all of us and many, many others. Whether that's just meeting the community, whether it's the money, whether it's whatever it is, Scentsy can be a blessing to someone. So don't hold back. And if you're not getting sponsoring, then look at the mentality. Look at everyone you talk to and see how Scentsy would benefit them and why it would benefit them. I just think that's a huge part of finding why it would benefit them. It's a blessing. So find out how it blessed them, and also go for the no's. If you're, afraid for those no's, they always say, okay, if I have people say that to me, that team members say, "Hey, I can't get anyone to join under me. I can't sponsor, whatnot." I will be like, "Well, how many of you asked?" And literally, I'm going to ask you, how many of you asked? And then the next thing, and that's one, is go for 100. You go ask 100 people, and then you come back and tell me how many no's you got. You reach for 100 no's, then you come back to me. And another thing I like to talk to my team about, is that how many parties are you doing a year? And if you're doing 2 or 3 parties a month, you should also be getting 2 or 3 sponsoring a month. Because I personally, like Debbie and like Cassie and Josh, we don't like to close parties without taking advantage of that host exclusive kit. That is a blessing. Whether you're just giving them a penny left of your host rewards to get that $59 kit, or, maybe you're going to bless them like what Debbie talked about. Again, I never flip my PRV to them, but you should have as many people joining your team as you are doing parties. So that's another thing that I'm big at talking to my team about, is try to never close a party without offering that host exclusive kit. If it's the host doesn't want to join, see if maybe one of her customers want to join, or someone else. Ask for referrals, because it is a blessing that you want to look into. So hope that answered it.
Yeah. Okay. Last question here. How do I show people how much they can make when I don't make that much myself? I want to show all the perks and pluses, but I feel like I don't have the type of business to show that off with. I'm struggling as it is. And I can tell you that none of us started out at the top. Okay. But there is a lot more to Scentsy than monetary gains. There's community, there's friendship. And I don't know about y'all, but with my team, I like to call it's our community, and I like to make it feel like a family. And my teams on here will vouch for me that they feel valued, they feel like a family, they know that I'm there for them. And so you can show off things like that. If you don't have a team, you can show off friendships that you've made through Cincy. If you don't have friends through Cincy, get in some groups. Find some people to talk to. Find an accountability partner. Cincy can be so much more than monetary gains for you. You can do so much with Cincy, not only monetarily, but finding the friendships and getting in the community is what's going to lead you to more monetary gain. Anybody else want to hit that one?
Yeah, so real quick, going back to the monetary part, if you're not, if you don't feel like you're making the paychecks that you shouldn't completely not share what you're making with people if they're asking, because you never know. If you're making $50 a month or $100 a month or $250 a month, you don't know what that amount of money could do for somebody and how much that could change their life completely. So just keep that in mind as well.
Absolutely. That $250, $300 a month, $50 a month could be absolutely life-changing for somebody to be able to either buy diapers or buy some formula or do something for their kid. So yeah, Sarah, did you want to say something?
Yeah. So I've been with the company for a while and I've done well with Cincy, and I never share what I make with people. That's just something, that's how I am. That's just not something. And I think sometimes, you know, you're worried that people think you don't make enough. And I'm also worried that they'll think, oh, well, she's done so well, I can never do that. Or that'll never happen to me. So don't feel like that's what's holding you back, because I could say the exact same. Oh, if someone saw what I made, they wouldn't believe me, or they'd think they'd never get there, or whatever. It's not about the money, it's about what they can do. Like you said, a $50, maybe they need groceries for that week, maybe they need to help, you know, pay the car payment, who knows? So I would never worry about where you're at. It doesn't matter where you're at, because everyone is at a different stage, and that is okay. I have people, you know, that only want to make a little, and they're only buying it to make, you know, commissions off their own orders. That is fine. It is how much you want to make is how much effort they can put into it. And that is totally fine. And remember that. So you can make as much or as little as you want, depending on how much you want to put into it. So I wouldn't worry about the value.
There's several questions asking to explain the discount kit. We're not going to go through all of that, but all of that information is in the group. There's guides within the group. All you have to do is click on them and go through it. All of that has been explained in the group. And it's very, very easy. If anybody has any questions, you can post it in the group and somebody will get back to you. But all of that information is in the group. So does anybody have any closing arguments? Anything they want to share? DPP, Josh, Sarah?
Get out and start sponsoring.
Yes.
Get out of your own way and start doing it. That's what it is all about. Just getting out and ask. If you don't ask, we will ask them. So go out and ask before we do.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. If you're not in the group, it is called Sensible Recruiting and Sponsoring on Facebook. You can go and you can ask to join that. We appreciate all of you for taking time to invest into you and into your business. We are so excited about this group and pouring into others, and we hope that you have taken a nugget away from this and that you've had an aha moment. And we want to hear about your wins. So whenever you have those conversations, you get those no's, you get a yes, whatever it is, you get a new team member, we want to celebrate you. So please share that with us in the group. We would love to hear from you. I hope you all have a great night, and thank you for coming and
By
hanging
the
out.
way, we cannot
go.
leave. We cannot leave without a challenge. So
Okay.
challenge. Here comes the challenge. Okay. We
DPP.
challenge.
Can we, we're going to make a challenge post in the group after you give them the challenge, and that's where everybody's going to shout themselves out at so we can celebrate them. Okay, sorry, love you. Go ahead.
That's okay. I just thought about that. We're gonna make it not be so high, okay? We challenge you guys to bring in at least 2 new team members. 2. That's not a lot. That's 2. And if you go over, that's gravy. So at least 2. That's your challenge for this month.
All right. Y'all can do it. We love
you
y'all.
guys. You got it. Love you guys.
Bye,
Good night.
y'all.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.